July 18, 2025 was not just another episode of SmackDown, it was an eruption of chaos, betrayal, and revelation that flipped the entire WWE universe upside down and left fans reeling in disbelief. What began as a seemingly normal night quickly spiraled into a maelstrom of controversy involving a mysterious car crash, heated accusations, an explosive brawl, a shocking arrest, and a bone-chilling message from the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns. This wasn't just another twist in the Bloodline saga, it was a nuclear shockwave that changed everything. Outside the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, before the show even went live, the scene resembled a crime drama more than a wrestling event. Police lights painted the parking lot red and blue as a black SUV, crumpled from a violent impact, became the centerpiece of an unfolding mystery. Emerging from the wreckage was Solo Sikoa, the reigning United States champion and self-proclaimed new tribal chief, alongside his faction the MFT, My Family Tree, composed of Tangaloa, JC Mateo, and Talatanga. Although clearly shaken, they wore smirks that didn't sit right with anyone watching. Within minutes, word spread like wildfire. The police were searching for Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, as a potential suspect in the crash. The tension spiked instantly. Online wrestling forums lit up, social media exploded with theories, and inside the arena, the crowd buzzed with unease. Had Jacob Fatu really caused the crash? Or was something darker at play? As SmackDown officially kicked off, the MFT wasted no time bringing their side of the story to the ring. Solo Sikoa, flanked by his loyal enforcers, took the MIC and launched into a scathing tirade against Jacob Fatu. He painted Jacob as an unhinged threat, a wild animal with no respect for order or loyalty, and even went as far as to claim that he was the one responsible for bringing Jacob into the WWE spotlight. Solo bragged about molding Jacob, shaping him into a champion, and now being repaid with betrayal. It was classic heel behavior, manipulative, arrogant, and dripping with contempt. But something about the whole story felt off. Jacob had spent the past few months earning the admiration of fans after a dramatic face turn following Solo's underhanded tactics at Money in the Bank. The car crash narrative felt too convenient, too perfectly timed to tarnish Jacob's rise. And then, just as the crowd's doubt began to peak, WWE dropped the bombshell. Live on the big screen, new security footage aired, clear and indisputable. Jacob Fatu was nowhere near the crash site. The alleged smoking gun turned out to be a blank. The truth had emerged, and it lit the arena on fire. The chants roared, "Samoan werewolf!" Jacob, now cleared, transformed from accused criminal to vengeful force of nature. And he didn't wait. With Jimmy Uso, his staunchest ally and one of the original Bloodline soldiers, by his side, Jacob stormed the ring like a force of vengeance. What followed wasn't a match, it was a demolition. JC Mateo and Tangaloa were laid to waste with savage strikes, super kicks, Samoan drops, and moonsaults that echoed through the crowd. Solo Sikoa, ever the opportunist, abandoned ship, leaving his allies to take the beating. And then Jacob grabbed the MIC, delivering a blistering promo that cut straight through the arena. He called out Solo's cowardice, his betrayal, and his obsession with power. Jacob made it clear, he wasn't just fighting for revenge, he was fighting to dismantle Solo's empire and reclaim his legacy. But the story didn't end there. Just as Solo thought he had dodged accountability, SmackDown general manager Adam Pearce stepped onto the stage with another devastating blow. Pearce revealed he had obtained irrefutable evidence proving Solo Sikoa orchestrated the car crash in an attempt to frame Jacob. And as a direct consequence, he announced a steel cage match between Jacob and Solo at SummerSlam for the United States Championship. No interference. No escape. Just war. Solo's expression morphed from smug to stunned. But it got worse. As police officers appeared at ringside, Solo smirked again, assuming they were still after Jacob. Instead, in a twist that sent the WWE universe into a frenzy, they handcuffed Solo Sikoa and placed him under arrest for staging the crash and manipulating the narrative. Fans chanted justice. X exploded with praise for Jacob and condemnation for Solo. But the final twist of the night came not from the ring, but from a shadow. After the show went off the air, WWE's official social media channels dropped a video that sent shockwaves across the globe. Roman Reigns appeared on screen. Calm, cold, and composed, he looked directly into the camera and delivered a chilling message. Solo, you thought you could play games with family? You thought you could frame Jacob and walk away? You're not the tribal chief. You're not even close. You crossed the line. And now I'm coming for you. Acknowledge me. With those words, Roman Reigns, the man who once ruled WWE with an iron fist and unified the Anoa'i dynasty under the Bloodline banner, made it clear he was not finished. He wasn't going to sit back and watch Solo tarnish the legacy he built. The true head of the table was on his way back, and he had retribution in his eyes. As we head toward SummerSlam 2025, the stakes have never been higher. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa inside a steel cage is set to be one of the most brutal and emotional clashes in WWE history. But with Roman Reigns looming in the shadows, the outcome is anything but certain. Will Jacob reclaim his title and fully step into the spotlight? Will Solo find a way to retain, perhaps with one last desperate play by the MFT? Or will Roman make his thunderous return, intervening not just in the match, but in the future of the bloodline itself? The possibilities are endless. A bloodline civil war. A triple threat at WrestleMania 42. A new tribal chief coronation. The road forward is as unpredictable as it is explosive. Fans are divided. Some ride with Jacob Fatu, the breakout star whose intensity and loyalty have made him a fan favorite. Others believe Solo's cunning and ruthlessness make him the perfect antagonist. And then there's Roman, the original tribal chief, the once undisputed ruler of WWE, whose return could rewrite the entire story. But one thing is undeniable. This is no longer just about titles. It's about identity, legacy, and the fight for the soul of the Anoa'i dynasty. The car crash, the lies, the arrest, the promo, and Roman's message, they weren't isolated events. They were chapters in a war that's only beginning. Whether you cheer for the Samoan werewolf, stand with the MFT, or await the wrath of Roman Reigns, SummerSlam promises to be a turning point. The tribal drums are beating louder than ever. The bloodline is fracturing. And in WWE, when family turns on family, there's no telling who will survive. So stay locked in, because the real story is just getting started. As the live show opened, WWE leaned into the mystery with brutal precision. The MFT marched to the ring, not looking like victims, but men ready to control the narrative. Solo grabbed the MIC and, dripping with arrogance, accused Jacob Fatu of reckless endangerment, of violence, of betrayal. He claimed Jacob had snapped, that his jealousy had boiled over, and that Solo, the man who had given Jacob everything, had now become his target. But Solo didn't stop there. He rewrote history right in front of the world's eyes. He called himself the architect of Jacob's success, saying he plucked Jacob from obscurity, taught him do.